Good afternoon. My name is Andrew Eigner. I will be performing Loveliest of Trees, music by John Duke, text originally by A.E. Houseman. Sorry, that's a bad thing on my part.
No, you said it just fine. Let's go. You said it just fine. Sure, I think we're about ready, Sharon. Go ahead.
I was just waiting on you.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting on, I don't know what. I'm just kind of getting a sign. Well, I'm looking for someone to burn a fire over there and send up a smoke signal, but I think I got it now. We're good.
I think that's what Molly was doing.
My name is Kimmy Snyder, and I will be performing Sei tu Mami by Alessandro Pavasotti.
Oh, tu de tuoi martiri
just a second, Sarah. Let me just make sure everybody's good. Thank you. I know you're anxious and ready to go. Good for you. All right. We all right? All right. Okay, Sarah, let's go.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Whitman, and I will be singing Dream Valley by Radcliffe Quilter.
Okay, gentlemen? All right, let's go, man.
Good afternoon. My name's Anna Marie Bradley, and I'll be singing Cade Celebrate by Handel.
Core, core, how to do it.
Is this part of your interpretation today, or is this real? Right? I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I know it's real. Thank you for not making an excuse.
Actually singing. Hi, my name is Emma Gabdies, and I will be singing Is It Really Me by Tom Jones and Harvey Schmidt. Is it really me? Is it really true? Suddenly I'm beautiful, being here with you. Deep inside your eyes, someone's face I see. Someone who is beautiful. Is it really me? Moments ago, I was alone, hoping that this could be. Now here I am, safe in your arms, and I'm no longer lonely. Is it really me? Is it really true? Suddenly I'm beautiful, being here with you. Suddenly I'm
What happened, Emma? Emma, what happened that's causing you to hobble? I mean,
I dislocated my knee in ballet.
okay, did you find it once you lost it? I'm sorry, I know. It's been rough. It's a good thing to know where it is, right? Yeah. How did you do that?
We were doing bar stretches, and the bar is a lot taller than it probably should be for a short person.
Yes.
So we were doing turns, and I had my leg behind me, and my knee just kind of popped out.
Bummer. Well, anyway, I'm sorry.
Did it make a noise or did it just do?
Did you hear it snap? It snapped and I screamed.
Both made noise.
It's not just the way you said it. It's funny. Yeah.
I should have brought you into music history the other day to sing this for us.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, we should have done that, right? Good. I guess we're okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is Stacey McCarthy, and today I will be performing When I Am Laid in Earth from Dido and Aeneas by Henry Purcell.
For I would but
Okay, good. I know he's not on the list. Okay, one more. You can applaud for Dr. Boss twice in just a minute. All right, good. Hang on just a minute, please, Logan.
Sure.
Are there more sheets?
Yeah, hang on a second. Tell you, you must be younger. You must be younger than me. And you must know, right? That's why you're thinking of it. Thank you. All right. You are younger than me, aren't you? Okay.
Actually, 82.
Exactly. This is Logan Lutz, Leutz. Did I say your last name correctly?
Yes.
Okay. Logan, what level are you?
I am
US what?
51.
Okay. What's the name of the song you're singing?
I am singing 16 going on 17.
Okay, yep. All right, 16 going on 17.
From Fiddler on the Roof.
Okay. All right, hit it, buddy, whenever you're ready.
All right. Hey guys, I'm Logan, and I will be performing 16 going on 17 from The Sound of Music, written by Rodgers and Hammerstein. You wait, little girl, on an empty stage for fate to turn the light on. Your life, little girl, is an empty page that men will want to write on, to write on. You were 16 going on 17, baby, it's time to think. Better beware, be canny and careful, baby, you're on the brink. You are 16 going on 17, fellows will fall in line. Eager young lads and brewers and cats will offer you food and wine. Totally unprepared are you to face the world of men. Timid and shy and scared are you of things beyond your ken. You need someone older and wiser telling you what to do. I am 17 going on 18 now. Take care of you.
Okay, there you go, buddy. There's your music right. Now you can clap for Dr. Boss yet. Oh, wait a minute, there's one. No, I'm kidding. All right. Good. Love your energy. Love your energy. Part of being a music major and being around music people that makes it a little bit sometimes a better experience than others is that creation of a sense of family. And you guys clearly have that. Keep it going. That's the good news. The bad news is our classes are harder than most normal mortals. Okay, so we need that support to do it, right? So I appreciate your beautiful spirits. Let me just do a couple of things here. Christina, okay, just handing stuff back that's already been put on Blackboard. Okay, Anna Lane. Good. How about Annalisa? Oh. I think they went over to, they're playing piano today or something too. Okay. Emma?
Yes.
Okay, you. Sarah? Good. Sarah? Okay. All right, and that's it. The rest of the folks are here. Okay, now, last call now. Yeah, I don't know if it's last call. If you find me in the hall and want to go, let me know. But I still have some tickets to the dress rehearsal of Orpheus and Eurydice.
Do you know if those are general or reserved seating? Because I have two that are way apart from each other.
Yeah, well, let's fix that. They wouldn't be general seating if they're way apart from each other,
Well,
right?
that's the thing. If they just automatically print a seat number on the ticket.
Yeah, this one says 109 and 110. Would you like to have these?
I can trade you here.
Okay,
See.
thank you. Appreciate it. Does anybody else, did I give you the wrong one? So sorry. Does anybody else need tickets to the opera? It's next Wednesday night, April 6th. Yep. You want two or one?
One, actually.
One? Okay, how many do you need?
Just one.
Okay, there you go. All right. And it's at Grand Rapids. Hey, be careful now. This is one of those ones where you're going to the wrong place. Okay? This is at Grand Rapids Christian High School, which is on Plymouth Avenue. Right? It's not at DeVos. It's not at Van Andel. It's not any of the places you would normally think of it. So make
Plus,
sure.
it's at the DeVos Center for Art and Worship.
Yeah, now you just had to go and confuse things, now did you? All right. Oh, sure. So make sure you have the location before you go driving off to the wrong place, okay? All right, anybody else? I will have these tickets in my office. We still have several, and you're welcome to them. So if you end up having a friend or something that wants to go, just let me know. Unless it's a guitarist. Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
Sick burn.
All right.
Apply flyers.
Yeah, all right, very good. All right, let's come on up. Who was first today? I guess.
Yeah.
Andrew, come on up, buddy.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Yes, you do. All right, good.
Hi. I have so much lint on this thing, I don't even know where it's coming from.
All right, here we go.
Swag.
Who wants to go first, friends?
Diane does.
Okay, so I'm just going to go on my list.
Yes. Yes.
So you look really good, posture-wise.
Thanks.
And I was struck by the first phrase.
Yes.
It was so beautifully sung
Thanks.
and so legato and so forward motion and connected. I mean, it was really, really beautiful. I kind of don't remember what happened. I'm kind of tired. But I thought that was really well done, well sung. And your whole demeanor for this, it was like I was hearing it for the first time that song. Really, it was really, you know what I mean? You really embodied, I think. And always you can use more consonants, especially when you're singing in English. You know what I mean? Because we tend to not be very clear and crisp because we know we're saying bigger emotion too, but not so. So, more consonants. Musicality is wonderful. That's all I have.
Okay, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, that's good.
What I really appreciated about is how much you throw yourself into these pieces and really, throw all of yourself into it. The thing that starts to play into that's not so good is things that are not quite appropriate for the technique that you're learning and what classical singing is and those kinds of things. mouthy. Too mouthy. I love the cherry, no. Okay? And I'm exaggerating. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just exaggerating maybe a little bit. Okay? But some of them were pretty, you know.
It's pretty appropriate they actually bring that up because that's been a critique that I've been fighting through most
Right.
of this semester.
And it's like, this is in English. Why are you trying to sound British while you're doing it too? You know, I've not made that comment with you before too. Okay. Trying to sound British and flipping all your R's does not necessarily make it more formal. So those diphthongs and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you're throwing yourself into it shows a lot of background in theater or something like that.
No.
Well, it's like that was the impression I got that you were trying to make.
Thanks.
Okay? And that has to do with singing with line and connecting these phrases all the way up and over. And sometimes you were just going to over-enunciate the words, and that was at the cost of the line. So especially in classical singing, we are all about the line. That's what makes the difference between the professionals and the amateurs. Is does that voice keep going all the time and that? And sometimes that the vowels just got overdone to the point that we couldn't connect to the next vowel because you were putting a big diphthong on the first one, and then we lost all of that. Okay, but I love the way that you throw yourself at it and how excited you are to sing in here. You
It's
know?
the only thing I know how to do.
I don't see any fear in you. I just see a lot of passion of I want to do this kind of thing, and that's always a good thing. Don't ever lose that. Good.
Good. I mean, I just want to mirror that a little bit with just maybe a little bit of a different explanation. What was really outstanding was that you delved into that poetry. You knew what that poem was. You knew how to articulate that, the phrasing of the poetry and all of that. And that was very, very strong, the best part of the whole performance. Here's the difference when it really comes down to when we say words like, or phrases like, you're learning to sing as a classical singer. I mean, that really means something very simple. It's not really complicated. What it boils down to is that in so-called classical music, what ends up happening is that it takes a longer period of time to say the phrase. And so that requires that all those notes get connected together. And this is the difference. In musical theater, there's more of a sense of short, choppy phrases, because the idea is that we're trying to create this style called parlando, which means we are singing as if we are speaking. And that's a different approach than singing 6 words that take 12 beats to create. Like the first line of this piece, loveliest of trees, the
cherry.
cherry what?
Now.
Cherry now. Okay. So here's musical theater. Loveliest of trees, the cherry now. Okay. Here's classical music, or what we call classical. Loveliest of trees, the cherry now. And so because of that, it creates a different sort of truth inside of how your body works. That's really the main thing that needed to be different. Because your understanding of the small pieces inside of it, excellent. Now, how do you make that into what the song is asking you to do, as opposed to taking that song and turning it into a musical theater type interpretation? Nothing wrong with it, it's just not what the song is asking you to do. That's the next step for you. Okay? Thank you. That's it.
Kimberly, I'd like to start, because you did some things today that I like, that I've been trying to get some of my students to do, and we're talking about this week. And that's not being afraid of allowing your body to move, to be willing to take a step forward, to take a step back, to move your arm or arms. And I felt that your body was very fluid while you're up there. You weren't locked and set in one place and then trying to just basically get the notes out while your body was frozen. So there was a fluidity to what you were doing, which was really wonderful. One of the things I'd like you to work on a bit more is have a sense of breathing lower. I think sometimes your breaths were a little bit high from the collarbone up, and then it caused the sound to get a little bit here. Whereas if you take the breath a little lower, get the larynx a little bit lower, the throat a little more open, I think the sound would warm more. So see if you can practice taking time when you work on your pieces. You don't have to perform every phrase right in a row. Sing one phrase and then stop. Take a really good, low, relaxed breath, open throat. And then start the next phrase and get used to having more of the whole body being part of the sound rather than just collarbone up and singing, top third. But keep that fluidity because I love the fact that everything seemed engaged that way.
That's interesting, because I appreciated your fluidity as well, but I kind of wanted a little bit more groundedness with your fluidity. And some of your arm movements to me felt like, I see this a lot in students where they're indicating with their hands the kind of things that they want to happen, like forward and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's what you're doing, but maybe just watch your recording and see if you can keep your, that's great. We want you to be, fluid and all that good stuff. But make sure that you feel grounded too, because that helps with your breath and the overall. Do you know what I mean? Solidity of your technique. You have a beautiful voice. It's really pretty. It's very much in tune. I think it's good. It was really nice, and I'm looking forward to hearing you again as you go forward.
Thank you.
But just, I would take both of our comments and just look and see what you think, when you see it. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, Kimmy, I just thought that your phrasing, you're a really good musician. There's great phrasing in what you do. I listen to you sing and I say, okay, well this is a student that's just kind of getting started, but man, what you're bringing to it in terms of your intellectual and sort of spiritual understanding of what the music about is quite high, And so it really boils down to this, I don't know, if I were your teacher, here's what I would do. I'd put you in a practice room with singing long vowels, long notes on single vowels until you figured out how this breath connection really works. Because the running out of breath is about just it's a technique that's just not, what was the word you guys used? Not fluid, but grounded, yeah. That it's just not quite grounded yet. And that's the reason, like instrumentalists sometimes, when they warm up, they'll play long notes. And it's because of that idea of creating the connection into the instrument and to create line, Andrew. It's the same thing that creates line in singing. And that's just, just getting in there and working on that stuff. And then just watching that stuff sort of show up back in the pieces you're working on. And you'll recognize that you'll stop running out of breath so frequently. It'll get better.
Thank you.
So that's really the main thing, okay? Everything else just solid. Great stuff. Thank you. Okay. Well, I'll go first just to bust it up a little bit. Sarah, this was a very good performance, okay? Let me start there. Very good. You just had a lot of heart in what you did. I felt like you knew that poetry. I'm not saying, am I like beating this drum a lot today? I felt like you had read the poetry and you had some sort of an understanding of what was
She
going on.
actually came into a lesson early on, having done research on A.E. Housman, told me about his life.
Yes, and by the way, A.E. Housman, yes, excellent. Great stuff. Anna. Sally Gardner. Anna Wilson.
Blake
Right?
on this one. Yeah.
Sally Gardner.
Someone else doing A.E. Housman. She came in on each one of her poems this semester, and this is Blake on this one, my fault, and has done research on every one of her poets and their lives.
Good for you.
So good for her.
Well, it showed. It showed today. I was asking you, Anna, isn't Sally Gardner's A.E. Housman as well? Okay. Oh, now you need to know next Wednesday. I'm going to ask you now.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to ask you about it. All right. Very good. So, yeah, and you started out like this, and I wrote down, open your stance, and as soon as I put the period on the end of it, you went like this.
I just
Right? So just, I was like, right, yeah. But that was good. And, to open the stance up a little bit. But I thought today the strength of your performance, besides the interpretation of the poetry, was that you made some really nice connected sounds.
Thank you.
It felt like you were singing lines that you got from a point A to point B at the end of the phrase. And again, this just needs to be physically a little stronger, but I thought it was all right on, good direction. You're doing what you need to do. Musicality, I said strong. Loved what you did with phrasing and interpretation. Good for you. And yeah, just a bit more presence with your words, which I think I would have just said overall, a bit more presence in the whole thing.
Right.
But I thought you were really into this performance, and I thought this was a monstrous leap forward from the last time I heard you sing. I thought this was a lot better. Okay, just keep striving for presence in your sound, self-confidence, high self-esteem, rah-rah, go-go, you know, and all that kind of works, right? Thank you.
Speaking of presence in your sound, I have one word, not other words stuck up to me too, but one word in particular that I heard you saying today was like, wow, that's the sound that you want all the time. It was the word drink. Do you remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
That, go for that. That was a gorgeous sound, and it was very, it had a point to it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt like it was like out here. And I want to talk about posture a little bit. First of all, do you feel comfortable in your shoes and your heels? It's pretty high.
Kinda.
Because I wonder, because you're a little bit caged here.
Yeah,
And
I felt
wonder if it's
that.
because they're so high.
Mhm.
So I was wanting you to be more lengthened, which will help everything that Dr. Barton was talking about too. But yeah, your musicality and understanding what you're doing, really, really good. Really nice.
Yeah, I said, keep your posture. You started to slump your shoulders as you went along. As you started trying to relax, as things were going, everything was kind of, you started off, and I thought, once you widen your stance,
Yeah.
much better. So much better breath connection this time.
Thank
Way to
you.
go. So much better. So much better. And working on this lovely phrase shaping, we have to get all the way to the end of the phrase. And I think if you keep that in mind at the start of the phrase, that I'm not just going to get to the peak of the phrase, but you have to start thinking that really the peak of the phrase is when you stop singing to take the next breath. Okay? So getting all the way through there, and the long vowel types of things that Dr. Barton was talking about are ways to do that, but it's also keeping the energy, and I always say the more breath energy you use, the more breath energy you'll have.
That's right.
Okay, because everything's working on this efficiency level then. When you've got everything going really right, it'll go that way all the way, okay? So usually the high note is not the end of your phrase, ever.
Right.
You know, unless it's the last note of the whole piece kind of thing. But in these phrases, we tend to sing up to the high note and then forget that we got the rest of the thing to do yet. So a lot of your phrases at the ending were a little bit gasping for air. And then just a little thing on language. When to flip the R's and when to not, and that kind of thing. We tend again to think that the flipped R sounds more intellectual or something like that kind
Yeah.
of thing. And you know, there's whole classes on that, especially in English and that kind of thing. And I think where you were putting them was not quite appropriate and was very inconsistent kind of thing. So those are things that the teacher can help you with on that. And they usually don't show up in the studio. They usually show up when people get up front here and want to show off a little more.
Yep.
Or something like that. So, good job.
Thank you. All right, dear colleagues, we've taken 16 minutes with 3 students. We have 4 left and 14 minutes. So please think about that as we're commenting, okay? All right.
Yes, Dr. Barton.
I would like to start, Anna Marie, congratulations, because I think the last time you sang, I think you were really, really nervous. And
Yes.
It wasn't very fun, probably.
No.
Man.
I'm still nervous this time.
Wow, you exuded confidence, and it was like night and day. It was really.
I need another sheet.
Thank you.
Okay, Anna, this is a big step for you for this one. This is not an easy piece, but to have to do that note at the end is always like, that's why I'm a baritone. Here's, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I think sometimes you're trying to make a certain sound, and versus what you naturally have, okay? And sometimes I think it gets either a little overly dark or that type of thing. And where I noticed it all of a sudden where your natural voice really shone through was on the third phrase, when it starts with a V.
Vengo intracia.
Yeah, at the end of that phrase, all of a sudden you let go and released, and it just opened up. And I could hear more of you, more of your speaking voice in it, and that type of thing. So always be careful about, we're always trying to get our students to make a certain sound and that kind of thing, but we're going at it, we're trying to get you to make the natural sound, okay? And just be careful that the sound that you're making is more within you and your natural structure and everything, because sometimes it's a little manufactured, I guess is the better way to put it. The opening ah vowel is a little leaky there, and we want to try to lengthen that, make that a little taller, to get that, you know what I mean by leaking?
Yeah, like
You hear a
it's
little
kind of
air
breathy.
coming, yeah, and it's hard to start this one. It's almost like you have to start that ah before you actually sing it, like it's already going before you start there. Then the body will respond. Well, for this ah, I have to be like this. And so if you're singing it before you actually sing it, that may help with that too. But that tends to take the breath away. You spin the phrases absolutely beautifully, and nice emotion for this piece. So you've got the look going and all of that kind of stuff. Just let yourself be you.
Okay, thank you.
Good emotional involvement, strong. Posture, relaxation, low breath placement, great. All good stuff. Working some vocal leases that help you with getting longer notes out of a single breath would be helpful. And
It's
whenever
just
I
like
hear
nervous.
miscounting in rhythm, I always think, if the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't, ignore it. That a student did not practice with Dr. Voss very much. If that's not the truth, then take that. But if that's something that wasn't enough of it, then just do more next time.
Okay.
You take that for what it's worth, okay? But there were just some miscounting in the rhythm and stuff like that. So sometimes it can help to just do a little bit more with him. But if you did that and you did everything you need to do, then ignore that comment, okay? All right, but just absolutely lovely tone. Good, a lot of good solid stuff going on there, okay? Beautiful. All right, thank you. All right, who up? Emma? Good.
The other leg. I'll start, Emma. The best one yet. Absolute best one yet for you. You sang out, I heard, good connection all the time, I thought. Very good breath placement. The one issue I had is after the end of every phrase, you released and it was always a gasp.
Okay.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
And sometimes we use that for effect, but this was throughout the whole piece. And that just says there's some tension there yet. It's not quite as free and released as it could be there to get to that point where you don't have to unlock something to get rid of that air to take the next breath. Okay? That's the only thing.
I'll start with Dr. Martin's statement, the difference between classical singing and Broadway singing. And I think what you did on this one was very authentic, and I could hear Broadway style in your singing, which was very, very good. That meant that the text that you were speaking was very bright and very forward, and I got every single word you said. And not only that, but there were the right accents of what was a strong and weak syllable. And if you're speaking and wanting to go somewhere with a word, that all happened. It was really interesting speech to listen to. Again, what I would like, though, is for you to imagine that every time you take a breath, that you're breathing down into the instrument or breathing somehow into the instrument lower, however you want to think about that. Because again, sometimes I feel it just sits a little collarbone up, so that we get this rather than a sense of this. And I think you can still maintain that Broadway sound, that brightness and that spoken forwardness, while you also start allowing the body to warm and lengthen that sound a little bit. And then you kind of get the best of both worlds. You'll find it's less fatiguing too. The more your larynx stays down, the throat stays open, and you feel just a little lower, it's less work to sing.
Okay.
Good. And I thought that particular comment he just made, there was a point in your voice just above the midpoint, and when you went above that midpoint, that's when I really noticed that a little more. I thought your middle range was good. I mean, it felt like to me it was fairly open, but as you would go up, you just a little bit. So it's just figuring out how to get that breath under you and not get all jammed up. Lovely. Listen, let me say, that's all I really want to say in a negative way. I just thought your posture was great. I thought you had great physical presence. And your diction today was the best I have heard from any performance since I can remember. This is the first time today that I clearly understood every word that she was saying. I don't know how you did it, but it was clear as a bell. Okay, and I just really want to commend you for that, because that's something we talk about a lot, and you really did that today. You have a charming voice and you have an engaging manner. You must be physically feeling better too. It seems like you can tell that today. You were just a happier person today than I usually see sometimes. You know, like you were feeling better. It just showed up in your singing today. Thanks very much. Good. I just finished. You want to go ahead?
Stacy, I really love the rest of it that you sang today. The rest of it was very good too, but the rest of it, I was hearing sounds from you that I haven't heard before. I don't think they were richer, warmer, taller, really beautiful, and the rest of it just gorgeous. When you got to the aria part of it, I felt like you needed to be a little more on the top side of the rest of it. It felt just a little bit like it wasn't quite up and over to me. I'm not sure how you felt it. But you're, I'll let other people talk about other stuff, but, you know, musicality numbers, all that stuff is really good.
Thank you.
Okay, Stacy, I too thought the rest of it was outstanding and so perfect for this period of music. And I mean, I hear this in your voice. This period of music is really, really good for you. Unfortunately, when you got to the aria, pitches went all over the place, and you know. So I don't know for you what that means. I don't know. I would say it usually means that we need to try to get the access to the sinuses and get things more up in the mask, so we get those overtones going and get that feeling from it. Because sometimes with these deeper, darker voices, we tend to want to make them even more so. And so don't try to do that. Just give me what an open space would sound like, and you know, breathe through the nose and the mouth at the same time, and all those kinds of things to keep access to there, so we get those overtones. Great emotion for the piece. You know, it's a deep, dark kind of piece, so you're all about that. Good.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing. I think if there's this sort of misconception, I think if you get that resonance up there that somehow you lose the darker color, you know you won't lose that. You know why? Because that's who you are. I mean, so the whole thing is just basically about finding out who you are. You're singing the literature you're singing because somehow it is attracted to the DNA that is you. So just trust that that's going to happen. You don't have to make anything happen because that's already who you are, right? This is where the action is for you right now. Okay, needs to find where is that? Where is that resonance up there? Great. Yeah. Good. That was really all I had to say in a negative way. I tell you, every time I hear you, you know, you do a great job of you're going after literature. You're interested in learning good literature. You know what? And that's like, you know, love takes care of many sins. So whatever our technical things are that we may be working on, if you keep working on difficult literature, you'll figure it out because the literature will make you figure it out. Right? So keep going in the direction you're going. Keep accepting the challenges you're doing, and just take these comments as little thoughts along the way. But just keep doing what you're doing. It's really good. Okay? Thank you.
And you'll want the operator.
Logan, I'll start if you don't mind. Listen, I just maybe y'all getting to know Logan a little bit, but this is a guy that just there's not a note of music that goes by that he doesn't smile and want to grab a hold of it. This is a guy that loves music with all his heart. He's in a bunch of choirs. He's in Shades of Blue. He just does everything coming down the pike. He's doing some really good things. And are you a music major now?
Yes.
Okay, because that was you weren't at first, were you?
Right.
Yeah, and you are now. See, he hangs out with us and he gets into that. Listen, you had a nice upright stance. The breath technique is the thing you need to work on because it's up here when you're breathing. You'll figure that out. Just listen to what your teacher says. All right? But I thought you had a really nice sense of phrasing and sense of the song. Your words were clear. I could really understand, and I just thought it was a really good first go around for you, okay? So just listen to what your teacher says and carry on. Okay? Thanks. About the breathing. Right.
I really agree too. Overall, really nicely done. I wanted to say, much like I said to Stacy, the verse before the body of the song, wow, I just thought it was fantastic. Just beautiful sound, resonant, just a really pleasant, lovely. When you got to the song, it wasn't as strong, and the pitches weren't as clean. They weren't as in tune. But man, you go back and watch that first part. Make the rest like that. Keep going in the direction you're going. It's really good.
Okay, Logan, I thought when you got to the da 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 da, there is where you were finally looking into the breath. And those were lovely, those intervals and all that. Very nice, connected, very well supported and all that. Some things and try to use that for everything else. Wrong notes, you gotta fix them in the body of the song. I had Chris' prediction. I'd like to hear a little more consonants, especially final consonants. And I would have liked to have heard the girl part too. But you can always use the focus of your eyes to tell us and show us that you're singing to someone. And we didn't get that. You're looking down an awful lot and that kind of stuff. You can physically make sure that we believe that the person's there